Welcome to Newspage channel. Let's subscribe to watch newest news daily. David Ogden Stiers, Major Winchester on MASH, dies at 75, Variety. David Ogden Stiers, best known for his role as the arrogant Surgeon Major Charles Emerson Winchester III on MASH, died Saturday. His agent Mitchell K. Stubbs tweeted that he died of bladder cancer at his home in Newport. For his work on MASH, Stiers was twice Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy or Variety or Music Series and he earned a third Emmy nomination for his performance in NBC miniseries The First Olympics Athens as William Milligan Sloan, the founder of the U.S. Olympic Committee. The actor, with his educated resonant intonations, though he did not share Major Winchester's Boston Brahmin accent, was much in demand for narration and voiceover work and for efforts as the narrator, and as of Disney's enormous hit animated film Beauty and the Beast he shared a Grammy win for Best Recording for Children and another nomination for Album of the Year. He voiced Dr. Jumba Jokaiba, the evil genius who created Stitch in Lilo and Stitch and various spin-offs. Once he became part of the Disney family, Stiers went on to do voice work on a large number of movies made for TV or video content and video games. Related, MASH star William Christopher dies at Mad Max. Director George Miller reveals what drove him to filmmaking. In addition to serving as narrator and as the voice of Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast, and he voiced Governor Ratcliffe and Wiggins in Disney's animated effort Pocahontas and voiced the Archdeacon in Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. He also contributed the voice of the grandfather for the English language version of Hayao Miyazaki's animation Porco Rosso and of Kamachi in Miyazaki's classic Spirited Away. He recurred on Cartoon Network's regular show. Indeed, it was his voice that earned him his first screen credit as the announcer in George Lucas' film THX. Stiers was also known for the 8 Perry Mason TV movies he made between, in which his prosecuting attorney invariably lost to Raymond Burr's Mason, and more recently he had recurred on the USA Network series The Dead Zone as the Reverend Eugene Purdy, the chief antagonist to star Anthony Michael Hall's Johnny Smith. In addition, Stiers worked repeatedly for director Woody Allen, appearing in Shadows and Fog, Mighty Aphrodite, Everybody Says I Love You, and Curse of the Jade Scorpion, in which he played a mysterious hypnotist. On MASH, Stiers' Major Winchester was witty, where Frank Burns had been vapid with his Harvard education, a match for Alan Alda's Hawkeye in The Operating Room, and unlike Frank, a worthy adversary in the ongoing battle of the pranks in the swamp. So it was always poignant when an emotional crack opened in his self-satisfied mien. In the Season 8 episode Morale Victory, Winchester is proud of saving a wounded soldier's leg, only to learn that the minor injury to the young man's hand is all that matters to him, as he is a concert pianist. The soldier feels he has no reason for living, but in a powerful performance by Stiers, Winchester provides him with piano music written for a single hand and shows him the empathy necessary to save him. Another time the audience saw a different side to Stiers. Winchester came in the 9th season episode, in which he swallows his pride and attempts to curry favor with a general who can send him back to the comforts of Tokyo. But in the end, when the general asks him to testify unjustly against Margaret Houlihan, Winchester declares, I will not even for a return to that pearl of the Orient, Tokyo lie to protect you while destroying a friend's career. In the busy year of, Stiers also played the father to John Cusack's hero in the S-teen movie Better Off Dead, and the bitter enemy to Peter O'Toole's eccentric scientist in Creator, while also appearing in ABC miniseries North and South as Congressman Sam Green. The next year would bring more work in the form of North and South Book 2 and Stiers would begin a long series of Perry Mason telepics in which he played the always fated close prosecuting attorney. There were 2 of these NBC movies in and 8 overall through. He played Franklin D. Roosevelt twice in J. Edgar Hoover and in Emmy-winning telepic Day One about the Manhattan Project. In another esteemed telepic that year, The Final Days about the Nixon White House, the actor played General Alexander Haig. In addition to his work for Woody Allen, he played a wealthy railroad magnate in the live-action Disney film Iron Will and a judge in the CIA thriller Bad Company starring Ellen Barkin and Lawrence Fishburne, and appeared in Frank Darabont's Jim Carrey vehicle The Majestic Inn. The actor also continued appearing on television, guesting on shows including Murder, She Wrote, and recurring on ABC's Two Guys, a Girl and a Pizza Place in as the eccentric Mr. Bauer who relayed the plots of movies as if they were stories of what had happened to him. He was a series regular on the brief CBS series Love and Money In. He memorably guested on an episode of Frasier in which Stiers played a former research associate of Fraser's who is so like him, and Niles it has Martin questioning whether he is really their father. David Allen Ogden Stiers was born not in New England but in Peoria, Illinois, though the family moved to Eugene, Oregon while he was in high school. He briefly attended the University of Oregon, began his professional career at the Actors Workshop in San Francisco, the California Shakespeare Festival and improv group The Committee, before heading east and starting in BSP, attending New York's Juilliard, and then joining at Launch the Houseman Acting Company where he was mentored by John Houseman. Stiers made his Broadway debut with simultaneous revivals of Chekhov's The Three Sisters, in which he played Coolidge, and The Beggar's Opera, in which he played Peachum, Measure for Measure, in which he played the Duke, and Maliere's Escapin', in which he played Geronte. Kevin Kline and Patti LuPone were also among those who appeared in the three productions. He appeared in Ulysses in Nighttown, which was briefly staged on the Rialto starring Zero Mostil. Also that year he had a role in the original Stephen Schwartz musical The Magic Show. He made his first big screen appearance in the Jack Nicholson-directed Drive, he said. He soon had a recurring role on the brief Barnard Hughes sitcom Doc and guested on Kojak Charlie's Angels, Phyllis Mary Tyler Moore, and Rhoda before being cast as Major Winchester on MASH. Even during his years on the hit show, he appeared in movies including Oh God starring John Denver and George Burns, The Cheap Detective with Peter Falk, ventriloquist horror movie Magic with Anthony Hopkins, and TV movies including Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, The Oldest Living Graduate, Father Damien the Leper Priest, and The Day the Bubble Burst. He returned to Broadway after an absence of many decades to appear in Irving Berlin's White Christmas. The following year he appeared in a Shakespeare Center of Los Angeles production of Much Ado About Nothing. Stiers had his musical side conducting orchestras around the world. The actor revealed publicly that he was gay. He told ABC News at the time that he had hidden his sexuality for a long time because so much of his income had been derived from family-friendly programming, and coming out thus might have had repercussions in the past. Pictured Harry Morgan Loretta's with David Ogden Stiers. David Ogden Stiers, best known for his role as the arrogant Surgeon Major Charles Emerson Winchester III on MASH, died Saturday. His agent Mitchell K. Stubbs tweeted that he died of bladder cancer at his home in Newport. For his work on MASH, Stiers was twice Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Supporting Help. David Ogden Stiers, best known for his role as the arrogant Surgeon Major Charles Emerson Winchester III on MASH, died Saturday. His agent Mitchell K. Stubbs tweeted that he died of bladder cancer at his home in Newport. For his work on MASH, Stiers was twice Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Supporting Help. David Ogden Stiers, best known for his role as the arrogant Surgeon Major Charles Emerson Winchester III on MASH, died Saturday. His agent Mitchell K. Stubbs tweeted that he died of bladder cancer at his home in Newport. For his work on MASH, Stiers was twice Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Supporting Help. David Ogden Stiers, best known for his role as the arrogant Surgeon Major Charles Emerson Winchester III on MASH, died Saturday. He was. His agent Mitchell K. Stubbs tweeted that he died of bladder cancer at his home in Newport. For his work on MASH, Stiers was twice Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Supporting Help. David Ogden Stiers, best known for his role as the arrogant Surgeon Major Charles Emerson Winchester III on MASH, died Saturday. He was. His agent Mitchell K. Stubbs tweeted that he died of bladder cancer at his home in Newport. For his work on MASH, Stiers was twice Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Supporting Help. David Ogden Stiers, best known for his role as the arrogant Surgeon Major Charles Emerson Winchester III on MASH, died Saturday. He was. His agent Mitchell K. Stubbs tweeted that he died of bladder cancer at his home in Newport. For his work on MASH, Stiers was twice Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Supporting Help. David Ogden Stiers, best known for his role as the arrogant Surgeon Major Charles Emerson Winchester III on MASH, died Saturday. He was. His agent Mitchell K. Stubbs tweeted that he died of bladder cancer at his home in Newport. For his work on MASH, Stiers was twice Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Supporting Help. Access exclusive content. See you in the next news. Goodbye.